Sounds good. Again, just want to welcome everybody to a special evening tonight here at Fleetwood's on Front Street. The one thing I do have to tell everybody, and I just want to make sure we get it, and that we all help each other out with this one rule. And that rule is not meant to not make you guys have any fun. It's actually meant to make the county of Maui happy. So tonight, when you guys are just grooving, you guys are having a great time, you're wanting to dance, this is our dance floor. We can get in some really serious trouble if people are dancing anywhere other than within the dance floor. So if you look down below you, right here, you'll see these blue lines. These lines are the lines that tell you you're within the dance space and you can actually dance. The second thing is that the county of Maui does not allow any alcohol whatsoever on the dance floor. I know it sucks, but we have to make sure that we follow the rules of Maui County so that we can continue to have this wonderful restaurant here in Front Street. So, if everybody can help each other out with that, just put your drinks down when you want to dance, make sure you have some good times. And I do want to announce that I do want to bring up on the stage my boss, one of the most amazing drummers of all time, probably the most amazing drummer of all time. And the guy who's 6 foot tall, 6'6", tells us all to stand tall, Mr. Mick Fleetwood.
That would be a loaded intro. That would be an intro that I wouldn't use amongst my fellow drummers, because indeed I have a lot of fun playing, but there are 1,000,001 super talented more than me. But welcome, and a round of applause for the whole welcome that goes on every night. Crazed Scotsman. And the prayer and the initiation of what we do every night here is to welcome you by a Hawaiian in Hawaii, and we hope that some of the words that were spoken are taken back to from whence you have maybe come, and if you're locally inclined, you know how important that is to all of us here on these lovely islands. So, one of the greatest drummers of all time. Well, the reason I'm laughing is because it's one of the things that, of course, I do not believe is true, but when I'm feeling that my children are sort of crawling and running amok and running me for a loop, so to speak, I will retreat out of desperation, and I will say, screaming to the back of the car, a line such as this would be, "You know that your father's one of the greatest drummers of all time, and you really need to behave." That's about as far as that should go, that comment. But truly, this whole situation, I haven't actually, this is the first time upon my return from a long tour with Fleetwood Mac all over the world, and the re-entry is always sometimes a little bleak, because we get so, and the guys on stage here will attest, in fact anyone who does something that is repetitive to some extent, that is demanding, and hopefully it's something that you really love to do, where you're really focused on just the one thing, which is being on tour is not just the playing on stage, it's the whole rigmarole, which is, it's a tough way to make a living, in truth. We love it, so we do it. But coming back and jumping off a plane into such a beautiful, low, beautiful, dreamy home that I'm so lucky to live in, I find myself itching come 8 o'clock at night, which is about now, so I'm happy to be at least for a few moments here on stage. It's a real wild feeling where you go, why am I not relaxed? And you go, it might be because you've just spent 10 months careening around the planet, performing all over the place like a madman, and now you have to unwind. And that's what we as musicians do until you find an excuse to go and play, which would be tonight for me to join these fine gentlemen. Yes, a motley crew indeed. And I've invited myself to ruin their show. But, so, not to ramble, which I love to do. If my daughters were here, which they're not, one of them might be. My mother is here, Mick Fleetwood, and my nephew, Kel's Jess. Mum has to put up with me rambling all day long, sometimes. And we have a lot of fun. Mum enjoys supporting, of course, her son's lovely restaurant. And when I'm on island, I live here, so I am, which segues into how lucky we are, us residents, and also the fact that if you're not a generational Hawaiian, and that goes back to many, many years, and also obviously people that have come from other parts of the world as well are now so established, but when you're relatively new, I have been actively living here for about 10 years, and of course was coming here since the 70s, but when you travel a lot, you remember one thing, that you are visiting. And on an island such as these, as a visitor, and I consider myself, even though I'm a resident, as a visitor, because we are so damned lucky to have such a lovely place to live. And the restaurant here, Fleetwood's, a huge round of applause for Eric and his team, and Ashley, all of the boys and girls that have kept such a hard work ethic while I've been away for the last 9 months or so. I have traveled, I've been back a couple of times, but mostly I've been away, and this is hard work, and it's also something that resonates with me, because people say, why on earth do you start a restaurant? And I go, well, one, because I'm a loony bin, and two, because there are a huge amount of similarities for someone such as me. Every night in a restaurant is showtime, and showtime starts in the kitchen all the way up the stairs to the tables. So again, a huge round of appreciation for these guys and girls. Thank you. And we are going to get on with the music. I may ramble on a couple of other, if someone really has something really juicy to ask me at some point, you may have opened up Pandora's box. I can pretend I'm some interviewer or something. But enjoy the evening, enjoy these lovely islands, and if you're here with family, treasure your family.
Thank you, Mick. Thanks for the memories.
I shall be joining the lads in a little while.
There you are.
Have you ever heard me sing? No.
Mr. Fleetwood, everybody!